This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Joe Longo.
Welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast Live. Are you in need of some pet nutrition help or guidance? Well, we've got a treat for you today. And today I have the pleasure of introducing your good neighbor, Micaela Ullman. Ullman? Am I saying that right?
Yes, you are.
All right. Micaela Ullman of Performance Pet Nutrition. Micaela, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, we're so happy we can connect. We're excited to learn all about your business. Can you tell us about Performance Pet Nutrition?
Yeah, so I created Performance Pet Nutrition because I saw a huge gap between what pet owners wanted to know about nutrition and the guidance that they were receiving. Pet owners are bombarded with a lot of information from a lot of different sources, whether that's social media, advertisements, pet food companies, breeders, trainers, friends, you name it. Everybody has an opinion and it can be very confusing. So my goal is to provide evidence-based nutrition education and individualized support so pet owners can feel confident about the choices that they're making for their pets. So whether somebody has a new puppy, a senior dog, picky eater, an overweight pet, or simply just wants to understand their pet's food better, I can help create a plan that works best for their pet and their lifestyle.
That's awesome. How did you get into this kind of business?
Yeah, so I want to say that my journey into pet nutrition really started with my own childhood dog, Dixie. Dixie was an allergy mess. She was constantly itchy, uncomfortable, and struggling with a lot of symptoms that really affected her day-to-day life. So, like most pet owners, I just wanted to help my dog feel better. Trying to find answers for Dixie kind of sparked my interest in animal health and ultimately led me to become a veterinary technician. And during my years in veterinary medicine, I had the opportunity to work with countless pets and their owners, and I realized quickly how important nutrition is to overall health. And what really fascinated me is that nutrition is one of the things that we do for our pets every single day, and it impacts so many things from growth and development to weight management, digestion, skin health, healthy aging. And over time, that passion grew into Performance Pet Nutrition, where now I help pet owners navigate the often overwhelming world of pet nutrition and make informed decisions that support their pets' overall wellness and long-term health.
That's awesome. And I'm a pet owner, dog and cat. And it's so interesting because they both eat, obviously, but my dog is just like, yeah, this is cool. But the cat, used to eat one kind of food, and then we couldn't get it because we were ordering it online because it was the fancy stuff. So we went to a local pet store, got some different fancy stuff, and he's like addicted to that stuff and refuses to go back. So it's like, man, are you a picky little cat? I'm curious, what are some of the misconceptions in this industry?
Yeah, I would say some of the common myths. One of them is that very expensive food is automatically better. That is a very common misconception. That is not necessarily true. Another thing is that the ingredient label on a pet food bag tells you everything that you need to know. There's a lot more to nutrition and a lot more to, where companies source their foods, and it's a very complex topic. And then I would also say that a one size fits all look at nutrition is also a myth. Nutrition is extremely individualized.
That totally makes sense. Just like us, right? Different for all of us, and our pets deserve the best. So we all know that marketing is at the heart of every business. How? Obviously your market is pets, but how are you connecting to the pet owners? Who is that target that you're connecting with, and how are you attracting them into your business?
Yeah, so we are on all the socials, so Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. So you can go on there and see some of our educational videos as well as connect with us there. I've also been connecting and I'm in the works with some local pet food businesses in order to kind of put our name out there, as well as veterinary clinics. I have some amazing veterinary professionals who are behind me in what I do, and I work with them as well. And it's just been an amazing journey so far.
That's wonderful. Have you ever thought about having a podcast and sharing your knowledge behind a microphone like this?
I can't say that I've thought about it extensively, but the thought may have crossed my mind.
That's great. That's great. So outside of work, and I'm sure your work is fun because you get to work with animals. What are you doing for fun?
So I have quite a few animals of my own. I have a 6-month-old Great Dane. I have two miniature horses, chickens. So they keep me very busy in addition to spending time with my family. My wonderful husband, Matthew, and our 1-year-old daughter. My home life keeps me very, very occupied.
And I'm sure with a puppy that's a giant also is keeping you very, very occupied as well. It's so great. I just smile when you said a puppy Great Dane because I can picture how beautifully clumsy he must be.
Yes, so she is over 60 pounds and she's only about halfway to where she should be. Growing
Wow.
a big girl.
Wow. That's amazing. So if you can tell our customers one thing that you would like them to remember about performance pet nutrition, what would that be?
Yeah, so I'd say that if there's one thing I would want listeners to remember, it's that nutrition is not just about food, it's about quality of life. And every meal is an opportunity to support our pet's health, and that small, consistent choices can make a tremendous difference over the course of a lifetime.
That's great. And how can our listeners learn more about you and your company?
Yeah, so they can check us out at any of our social media pages. It's just Performance Pet Nutrition. And there's also links to our website in our bios. And we'd love to hear from some of you guys.
Wonderful. Well, Michaela, thank you so much for taking the time to tell us about you and performance pet nutrition. From all of us at the Good Neighbor podcast, we wish you all of the success moving forward.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpnepa.com. That's gnpnepa.com. Or call 570-908-4334.